Dear old work platform, it's not you, it's us. Actually, it is you. Endless onboarding? Constant IT bottlenecks? We've had enough. We need a platform that just gets us. And to be honest, we've met someone new. They're called Monday.com, and it was love at first onboarding. Their beautiful dashboards, their customizable workflows got us floating on a digital cloud 9. So no hard feelings, but we're moving on. Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race Recap Show for Season 17, Episode 16, titled Grand Finale. My name's Joe Batanz, and I am joined, as always, by one very patient co-host from the podcast. Bravo, bravo, effing bravo. Please say... to Mr. Nathan Patrick Brown. Hello, Nathan.
Hey, Joe. Are you tucked right now?
Tucked, sucked, and ready to be fucked.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, let me tell you about Patreon and all the high quality stuff you get at Patreon, right? We do these live stream shows, and sometimes I don't test out the Riverside portion, and then people have to sit and watch me yell and scream and throw things. And you can get all of that. It's true just between us girls over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. I was thinking, I'm not going to even try and sell you on Just Between Us Girls. I'm not going to even try and sell you on anything. I was talking to a friend today. I have a friend. Let me tell you this, Nathan. I have a friend who loves Drag Race.
Yeah.
Loves Drag Race Recap.
Okay.
Says he does not pay for podcasts. Okay.
Oh, get over
so
yourself.
Never subscribes to Afterthought. But now that we have this free version, where that if you're a free Patreon supporter, you get all this content. He said, I am loving all the... today he messaged me about how much he's loving all this content that we're putting out for free. But guys, if you pay $0.
Wow.
$0. You just go to patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia, or you download the app, and there are, I know it's going to sound ridiculous when I say this, but it's true, hundreds, maybe thousands of hours of Afterthought media content, free and at your disposal. You don't pay a single dime. And every week I'm releasing hours and hours and hours of more free content.
That's crazy.
And it's free. Patreon.com.
In this economy? That's wow.
In this economy, something for free. Free content. I'm giving it away. Literally, guys, you might think, oh, there's some catch. No, because you know all these OnlyFans? There's a catch where there's a free OnlyFans, but then there's nothing that they give you. They give you zero, and then all you do is get the spam messages from them for like, watch me, masturbate for $25. Nope. It's none of that. It's legitimately hundreds of hours of free content at your disposal. By the way, this very episode, of course, it'll be 2 weeks from now when you hear it. All our Drag Race Recap episodes come out for free 2 weeks later on Patreon.
Ooh.
Okay? So every Patreon supporter, everyone gets free live streams. Even the free people. This is actually open to the free people right now, Nathan.
Oh.
Certain episodes are free. Certain ones are not free. But you get live streams free. They're free. If there's a free person who's up and they're listening, they could be free. They're watching this live stream right now. Anyway, Nathan, you know what? So Nathan and I just did Just Between Us Girls. This is not a plug, even though you should listen to this show. And Nathan, I realized we missed a very important question that I'll just ask right now.
Yeah.
Here. This is your last episode of Recap.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to hear from you for a while. What is your big plan? What are you going to do?
Well, I might have some more travel coming up. I might actually be coming back to your neck of the woods sooner than you think. Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles.
Or at least Anaheim.
Anaheim. What could be going on in and it's not Disney related.
Oh no, it's Disney. So my sister and I were going to go to Alaska in July. And so we're like, oh well, we're there, may as well pop down to Disney. So I need to let you know those dates in case you want to come to the parks.
Well, also when you're, in this year, and I haven't talked about it this much. I'll just say this. Even though I'm not uncomfortable about my age, still like to keep it vague. Milestone birthday this year in July.
Ooh, I think I'll be there after that though.
But it's still the month. Still my birthday month.
Well, it's also Disneyland's birthday month.
It is Disneyland's birthday month.
Yeah. I think we're going to try and be there for the 70th anniversary.
Oh, that's right. On the 17th. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we also might go to Europe later in the year. We've had some tough 6 months. So I think we're just going to go on holidays. That's what we're going to do. So, and then continue to listen to this fabulous podcast for All Stars.
Is it going to be weird listening to the show as a listener now?
No, not at all. And because I do believe in my heart of hearts that All Stars is going to be shit. So it's not like I'm going to watch it and be like, oh, I wish I was recapping this.
Well, Nathan, I am free to now announce that the co-host, we have finalized the deals for the co-host for All Stars what now? All Stars what? 100? What is it?
9? 10?
I don't know. Whatever All Stars
Too many.
is. I can now confirm the host of Go Hot With Me of All Stars 10 is Taylor the Latte Boy. Which he's always been the host. But this is real, everybody. He told me no like 2 weeks ago. He told me no 2 weeks ago, and I did some sweet talking and got him to agree to another season.
The chat's very happy.
The chat is the 6 people here are very happy. Now, for those of you who think 6 people is pretty pathetic, it is 10:23 p.m. on the West Coast on a Saturday when we're recording this. So why don't we do this, Nathan? Now that we have the big news out of the way that Taylor the Latte Boy is returning for All Stars 10, and we've said kind of goodbye to you, what you're going to do, that I might see you in July, but the rest of the audience won't. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break? And when we come back, we're actually going to talk about the season finale of RuPaul's Drag Race season 17. We'll be back right after this.
Work management platforms. Ugh, endless onboarding, IT bottlenecks, admin requests. But what if things were different?
We found love in an open space.
Monday.com is different. No lengthy onboarding, beautiful reports in minutes, custom workflows you can build on your own, easy to use prompt-free AI. Turns out you can love a work management platform. Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
On average, you'll have to wait 31 days to see an OBGYN. And if you're dealing with an infection or outbreak, you know you need care fast. That's where WISP comes in. Connect with a U.S. licensed provider online and pick up safe, effective treatment at your local pharmacy that same day. Plus, get birth control and more delivered in all 50 states. Take control with comprehensive sexual and reproductive care, all from your phone. WISP. That's HelloWisp.com. The waiting room can wait.
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
And we are back. I gotta be honest with you guys. I've been very busy, and it's Easter weekend, and I have to rise again. And I did not have time to write a script. So, do you think I can wing it?
I think you can.
Let's see. I know, 'cause I spent all this time writing it, and then it'd be really it's gonna actually really fucking annoy me if I can actually do a pretty good job winging it. Here we go. This week, all 16 contestants return to the main stage to help welcome the final 4 for the grand finale. We pay tribute to Liza Minnelli. The girls live sing for the first time.
Yeah.
But in the end, Jules Sparkles and Anya Nerve were named the top 2 queens of the season, forcing them to face off in a lip sync battle for the crown. In the end, Anya Nerve was named the winner of season 16. Nope, not Wiener. See, this is where editing comes in. Yeah, this is where I need a script. In the end, Anya Nerve was named the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race season 17. Nathan Patrick Brown were the right 2 queens in the final lip sync, and did the right queen win the crown?
Yeah, I think it was the final 2 that I was imagining. I think it was justified seeing how they got there, and I was happy with that final 2. And yeah, I think Anya as the winner is pretty fitting. I think she deserves it as much as I would have been happy if it went to Jules. Look, it was a pretty tried and true episode. I can't be mad at it. There was no huge gags.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't too surprising. It's right of the mill. What did you think?
Of the lip sync?
The lip sync itself.
Look, it was the right 2 queens in the top. I would have had a fucking fit if this Lexi Love was in it. I would have had a fucking fit if this Sam Starr was in it, you know? So, yeah, the right 2 queens were in the top. However, and this leads to an interesting debate, and this might be part of the big takeaway from the episode, but we'll ask you first, is I think Jules won that fucking lip sync. I think Jules hands down won the lip sync. So the debate, the chicken and egg debate here is, can you win the entire crown on the lip sync alone? And does track record count for anything when you are coming down to it? Well, clearly we have the answer from RuPaul, but what do you think?
Well, I do think Jules won that lip sync, but also it's kind of real cunt that Anya didn't even have a reveal. Like, that takes nerve in its own. And so it's just sort of like, by not trying, she sort of deserves the title in a weird kind of roundabout way. And I do think we also put too much emphasis on track record, because the judging on this show is so inconsistent. It's wrong week to week. So I don't know if we should be counting up wins.
Hold on. But then how? I don't understand the case you're making.
No, it goes both.
Yeah.
So I don't think track record comes into it. And also I don't think the lip sync goes into it either. I think whoever gets crowned is who they want to get crowned. Like, it's a silly show, and there's no metric that they can hang their hats on season after season saying this is the rules. This is like, no, it's all make believe.
The problem you run into is either side. If you say either side is correct, then you negate the other side. I think the truth of the matter is that there is a totally malleable, and it can change capriciously from season to season, but there is a certain percentage in the minds of the producers in RuPaul of how much track record counts for and how much the lip sync counts for. And I don't think there's a set number. I think it's just gut feeling about who should win, because we're also forgetting fan votes. We're forgetting just overall audience reaction to people. And I felt that there was a momentum with Jules that no one was paying attention to her, but as we got closer to the end, the momentum built.
Agreed.
Where Anya Nerve had a pretty consistent fan base all the way to the end, even though now people are mad that she won. But up until the second that crown was on her head, everybody was very Team Anya. And I think that there's a bunch of things that take place in this mix that goes in, this soup, the stew, when they're making the decision. I don't think, because the truth is, if it all boils down to the lip sync, then what's the point for having a fucking season and winning challenges? And if it's all about the challenges, then what's the point of a fucking grand finale and a lip sync?
Yeah, it's this mixture of both. Because, like, Nymphia last season, right? So what did she win? Like a couple of times. But she was consistently, like, doing amazing looks. Like, she fucked up a couple of times, like in Snatch Game and that. But, so, like, does consistency matter more? Or, on the flip side, you could have someone who's been in the bottom a few times, but they've done an amazing lip sync for your life. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't win against someone who maybe won more challenges. Like, I don't think we can, unless it's, an All-Stars and we're giving out fucking benefactress badges or whatever. Like, I don't think we should really be tallying things up and say, like, that's who should win. It should just contribute to that total package that they're presenting and who Ru wants to be the face of this season.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that go into the mix. I don't think it's as simple as the lip sync. I don't think it's as simple as track record. I think, you have to protect the brand too. And what I mean is, I'll use a Drag Race example and I'll use an American Idol example. In that, I don't know why Taylor Hicks from season 5, I believe it is, of American Idol always sticks in my brain as this guy who, like, it's weird. And I think Tyra Sanchez has the same thing where it's like you go back and watch and that person was legitimately winning and doing well every week to week to week to week. Taylor Hicks did well week to week to week. And there was all this momentum behind him. The country loved him. They thought he was great. He was very popular during the season. And then he wins and nothing. He's a dud. Nothing happens with him. You never hear about him.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
he beat out, I think, Catherine McPhee.
Oh, who, on the flip side, is just an icon.
And so it's like, you have to take into account, I think maybe Tyra's their lesson from Drag Race is that, like, yeah, they win on paper and all of this, but you got to think about the brand and extending that legacy and who is going to possibly represent the brand better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you take a look at that and you go like Anya, who could have longevity and could extend the life of the brand. It's going to be Anya. And I think it's too up in the air with Jules. I saw someone mention on Discord that they didn't remember Tsunami Music existed and she won Miss Congeniality.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there have been winners, I don't know who's talking about Willow Pill anymore.
No one.
They don't always hit the nail on the head, but it's probably something that they think about when they're trying to determine who is going to win the crown. All right. So why don't we do this? At this moment, why don't we say goodbye to the public feed and we'll see you.
Did you have a takeaway? No, was that your takeaway?
I did my takeaway. I don't think I asked you your takeaway.
Oh, my takeaway is just that it was a fine finale without many surprises or gaggy moments, but that's fitting for this adequate yet enjoyable season that we had and will forget about shortly.
But now you're bringing up another takeaway that I want to talk about. I've seen this chatter online and I kind of agree with it. Can you really call it a grand finale?
It wasn't grand.
It wasn't grand.
What's the size underground day at Starbucks? That's what this was. Like maybe a tall finale?
Yeah. Child size? I don't know what they call that. Anyway.
Baby Chino finale?
Because...
Did you find that it felt kind of hollow just being on the stage?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
I think, there is an energy... I'm only saying this because it really bugs Robert. But, I went to every finale from season 6 through Evie Oddly, 11.
And do you, cry when Ru walks out?
I did in the first couple.
Uh-huh.
First couple, yeah. But there is an energy that the show, even the finale itself, the when they used to be in the theater, doesn't really capture because for some bizarre reason, they make us do all these recordings of audience noise and then they just use canned noise in the episode. But anyway, the point is, but there is an energy that maybe you don't feel from the TV screen, but it comes out on the screen because the queens feel it and RuPaul feels the energy and everyone feels the energy. So they are feeding off all that energy and we're benefiting from a better performance because of that energy. But here's the deal, though. As I watched it, though, it made more and more sense to me. Robert and I talked about this on Relaska Thoughts. It made more and more sense to me why it was in a theater. they used to rent big theaters in Los Angeles, and those are expensive, and you have to rent them for more than just a performance. They have to rent them for a week to build the set and do the reunion. But I'm sure it was very expensive to rent this theater rather than they have a soundstage that they've already rented, like an apartment. That's already, the sets are already there. But I think they'll go back to the theaters eventually. I think they're realizing how hollow it felt. Maybe I made that up and projecting.
Yeah, the only time that I felt energy was when Liza was there and everyone was ringing the bells. That's the only time that I felt like the crowd was alive.
How can you not be excited for Liza? What would you do? Okay, let's say goodbye to the public view. Public view, we'll see in a little bit.
Bye.
So let's buzz through this. Finalist number 1, Jewel Sparkles. They did it for everybody. They did the whole package, how wonderful she is. But one of the things RuPaul says, I want to talk about this right now. She goes, for the first time in Drag Race history, they're going to be live singing. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then this Jules comes out, opens her mouth, I'm like, she's not singing live.
Yeah, no. What Rue meant was that they just don't have that other person singing their vocals.
But didn't Willow Pill, didn't she sing the I Hate People song? And wasn't it them singing their own vocals or no?
I don't think so. I think it was just as if it was their character singing, but it was that one bitch in the sound booth.
Oh.
So this is new for a finale, but it also is just the same as they did the Rusical this season with their voices being pre-recorded.
Yeah, their voices were completely pre-recorded.
I do prefer it this way though. 100%. But yeah, it wasn't live.
Yeah, no.
In the sense that
I will say the songs were pretty catchy though.
They were good songs.
They were good songs. I thought Jules did a decent job. And then so she does her little number and her little dance number, and everyone dances and she sings her song and like the ting ting or whatever, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize that the ting ting thing would be like such a big thing when it first happened, like 2 weeks ago. But she's really made it her thing. Ting ting.
And then so she does this thing, and then RuPaul interviews her. Do you go ahead and give your thoughts on the whole Jewel Sparkles act?
Well, yeah, I thought her song and performance was really good. I thought, yeah, it was nice to see that like fun side of her, because I don't know if she's been that fun, but this was good. She was like, look at me, I'm campy, I'm comical. I thought some of her answers were good. I still don't think she's answering the where do you see yourself in 5 years' time question well enough. Like, I don't know why that's such a fucking stumbling block for her, but she can never seem to nail it. But I did like her chat to her younger self. And I sort of liked her pitch for why she should be the winner, because she was like bringing like the politics of everything into it. And she's like, my people need a superhero. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fun, but also kind of a mood killer.
It's so funny. As a person of her ethnicity, I was like, do you really fucking think that the hero for the Latinos is a fucking goddamn drag queen from season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race? Was shown like, oh, we finally have our hero. It's Jewel Sparkles, who did fine the past few weeks of the season 17, and who tried to get the word piggy going.
Oh yeah.
That's our hero. We finally have the new Cesar Chavez has risen from the ashes. It's Jewel Sparkles. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine on a third-rate cable channel, a show that no one's even thinking about anymore? That she's gonna be the savior. Oh,
Mommy, mommy, tengo una pregunta.
Oh, yes. What is it, little Paquito?
Can I stay up late tonight to watch the TV?
Now, listen, Paquito. No, you cannot, okay? It's very, very late here, and you have to go to school tomorrow. Why do you want to stay up and watch TV? Did you want to watch the return of the Jersey Shore? Or what? I don't know what's going on.
No. My people. We need a hero.
Who's the hero?
There's a drag queen on season 17 of the RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, is it Lexi Love? Or Anya Nerve?
No. She's the one that tried to get Little Piggy. And remember the one that wrote the horrible jokes for the roast?
Oh, Arietti?
No. The one who Arietti stole her jokes.
Oh.
Jules Sparkles.
Jules Sparkles is going to be on the TV. That is our national hero. Our hero, not Lin-Manuel Miranda, not the Shakira, not the... Yeah, Shakira. Not the Penelope Cruz. I don't know. What other Latinos are there? Penelope Cruz is Spanish, by the way. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's right, Nathan. Are you sure you're not talking about AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or Justice Sonia Sotomayor, the first Latina Supreme Court Justice?
No. I'm talking about the one whose dad is a chef, and he came on, and look, I don't know anything, but I think we know, right? Just no one.
Hey, Queen.
The only person who doesn't know is the mom. But okay.
Maybe that's why she was crying so much.
Yeah, she probably when she was crying, she's like, I'd never seen him act like this before.
So I don't care about AOC. She's a whore. Sotomayor, she has diabetes. We don't care about her. I only care about Jules Sparkles.
She truly is the hero for all Latinos.
She is, Mommy. And thank you for letting me stay up and watch her.
Of course, Paquito. Of course. All right.
So when you put it like that, yeah, she was reaching. But good on her for trying.
Yeah, that she would mean. Can you imagine? She goes, for all that little. But by the way, there have been. Maybe there hasn't been a winner since Bianca, but there have been some very iconic Latino drag queens. First of all, Violet Chachki is yes, but Violet Chachki is part Latino. Okay, so she counts for like a quarter or something like that, right? You have Adore Delano. Oh. You have. I'm probably missing people. Delta Work is Latino,
right?
You got your who's the one that RuPaul was in love with? The Barge?
Oh, yeah. Crystal Method.
I mean, there's so many Latino drag queens of Valentina.
Yes, but they don't have bionic spines.
This is where I do the whole big, like back on the main stage.
There's nothing left.
Yeah. RuPaul crowned the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 is On Your Nerve. Nathan Patrick Brown, any final thoughts on the episode? Any final thoughts on the season? The season, mama. It's come to a close.
No, but I'll just say thanks, Joe. It's been fun talking about this show with you for the past season. Great.
Why are you winking?
See you next season, Wink.
Nathan, it's been a blast. I really enjoy having a conversation with you about the show, and we'll see you next season.
If you want me.
Oh, okay. There you go. And Claudia, I'm going to even put this up there. Claudia just wrote, we'll miss you, Nathan.
I will have
she's
some
she's
great
also the
time
one that
off.
wrote she's also the one that wrote so refreshing.
I don't think that happened. I think you're gaslighting us into
someone deleted it.
No, I'm very happy for Taylor to take over for All Stars. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Wish someone would take over for Joe. I mean, no, I love this job. What's so funny is the way we're going to be recording the show. You know, it takes Blackstone like a couple of days to get me the audio.
Did he have any thoughts on the looks for the finale?
Yeah, he might have to do it on Relaska Thoughts.
Oh, okay. You missed the deadline.
Yeah, we'll record this 24 hours before we usually record.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys think Helen and Blackstone should come back next season. I don't think they're going to make it on recap, But if you guys weigh in, maybe, Bring It to the Runway has been sort of dormant for a while. Maybe Helen and Black Zone host Bring It to the Runway.
It's a step up from the
Wouldn't
current
it be funny if it was Christian, Black Zone, and Helen?
I won't be listening.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this season of RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Be sure to join us next season and next month for All-Star Season 10 with Taylor the Latte Boy and myself. And join us next season for Season 18 with Nathan Patrick Brown and myself. As we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode, I don't know, it works in there, of RuPaul's Drag Race. So for Nathan Patrick Brown and myself,
sashay away and good luck, Taylor.
Thank you for listening to Drag Race Recap. Have something to say? Leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia. You can also email us at dragracerecap@afterthought.media. For more Drag Race and LGBTQ+ content, support us over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. This podcast was produced by Luke Stamen. You can follow Nathan Brown over on Instagram at NathanBrown90. Follow Joe Batance on Instagram at Joe Batance. Special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters. April Pacheco, Astute Girl, Brad Coley, Coco San Pedro, Derek Byers, Doofus Maximus, E. Smith, Efren Barbosa, Phil Skit Pony, Flying Suki, Humble Pie, J. Thomas Plink, Kathy Zender, Katie Whitmire, Lauren Eckert, Lucy Carrasco, Mary S., Mike Yeager, Nikki Baker, Nikki Pettit, Polly Anne-Marie, Poppy Woods, Ricardo Herrera, Runner Brandon, Sarah Yu, Tom Bobbs, Travi Cosmos, and Troy Anderson. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.